Well, am I happy to see you today. Hi, how you doing today? Today we're gonna look at 9.5 tips to transform yourself and to set you apart from the rest. Hi, my name is Jonathan Bourassa and this channel is dedicated to the art of living and the art that you put on your walls. If that interests you, stick around. Let's jump right into it. Number 1, be early, stop being late. When you're late, what you're projecting to the world around you is that you don't respect or value others people's time or schedule, that everyone should wait for you to be ready in order to start anything. Sometimes life gets in the way. That I know. But 99% of the time, if you're late, it's just your fault. It doesn't have to be a big thing either, like being late for a flight for vacation or being late to a big business meeting. Just small things like family dinner, gathering with friends, a date. Sooner or later, you're gonna end up with a reputation that you can't be relied on. Be on time, respect people's time, and respect your time as well. Just a little bit more preparation is gonna save you a lot of stress. It's no way of living to run after the clock all the time. I actually made a video about this, how I found more time, about time management. I'll link it in the description. So you might notice there's a little bit of a change in the mood for number 2 because I forgot to push record this morning. So the light has changed because we're now in the evening. So let's move on with that. Simplify things, simplify your life as much as possible. But what do I mean by that? Start learning to say no to trivial things because we say yes to so many things that we think that we're super busy, but we make ourselves busy. If you just focus on what's really important in your life, I promise you, you won't be that busy, or either you won't be that overwhelmed. What I did to remove all resistance and try to simplify my life as much as possible, one thing was stop going to the gym. Instead, I started working at home. And I've been doing that for the past, I think, 5-6 years now. I've never been in a better shape in my life because I kind of removed all the resistance between me and exercising. So now I have no excuses anymore. I simplified my wardrobe. I had so many clothes that it was a pain in the morning figuring out what to wear. And you probably notice in all my videos, I wear always the same thing. So now I don't have to think about this in the morning. Okay, I admit, I tend to take things to the next level. Another thing I did, I removed toxic people from my life. I stopped talking to friends that I thought I had, which made me feel a lot better. And sometimes you feel bad of letting friends go, even if they act like assholes, because you've known them for such a long time. But the weight that was lifted off my shoulders when I actually started trimming down the people around me, that felt incredible. What comes out of this? I sleep better, I think clearer, I'm happier, I feel amazing, and I feel so empowered that I have such control over my life. Number 3. Own up to your mistakes and stop making excuses. We all make mistakes, big or small, and sometimes they affect people around you. Trying to find excuses all the time just makes you look childish and like you're someone that doesn't have their shit together. Also, I love that. You know when people like do stupid things or they say stupid things? They blame it on, well, I'm just human. I can't stand that. Doing something or saying something shit and blaming it on I'm just human makes you sound even shittier. Acknowledge you said or did something. Just apologize, work on it, and make sure it doesn't happen again. I've been working with the public for a long time, whether it was bartending back in the days, now tattooing for the past 20 years. I feel like I've had a first row seat in a lot of different behavior. And the one thing that always amazed me a lot is how much people are always trying to blame others or even events for their bad behavior. Owning to your mistakes and not making excuses will make you look more mature and you will feel more mature about yourself. Yeah. It's just like being late. Acknowledge that you fucked up, apologize, and move on. Don't start blabbering a bunch of different excuses. Number 4, change your mindset. Think positively. It's okay to be depressed and sad. We all have those feelings, but you have to remind yourself that they're just feelings and they will pass. The more you remind yourself to think positively, the more you're pushing yourself to think positively, you're actually programming your brain to think that way. I'm gonna give you a harsh example. Both of my parents died. My mom died from a car crash. I was 15 years old, and my dad passed away from a heart failure. I was 29 years old. Obviously, I was devastated, and I still miss them very much every day. But it made me the man I am now, the man who is speaking with you right now. And I'm proud of the person I've become. Your mindset will dictate the trajectory of your life. And trust me, I am the proof of that. If you want just a little exercise to do every night before going to bed, the last thing you think about before going to bed is the first thing you think about when you wake up. So make a conscious decision every night when you go to bed to think positively. Put positive thoughts in your head before you're going to sleep. You'll see, it's going to make a big difference. I believe the sun is getting a little bit high. Let's move on to the studio, shall we? Number 5. Listen more when people talk. Ask follow-up questions. Don't try to bring back the conversation towards you all the time. Example, oh, I had such a great vacation at this hotel. Oh yeah, but I think I had a better vacation at that hotel. Instead, it should sound more like, oh really? How was the food there? How was the restaurant? How come did you like it so much? People will feel listened to, heard, and appreciated. This one kind of hits home for me because I'm guilty of that. I love learning and I read every day and I try to learn as much as I can. And sometimes I get very excited and I can't wait to share it with people. I could come off a little bit like someone that doesn't listen, someone that talks a little bit too much, but I'm working on that. 5.5. It's just a little conversational tips I got from this guy. I'm probably gonna butcher his name, Vinh Giang. And I follow him on YouTube and he's great, so I'm gonna put a link in the description. In a conversation, try to use and instead of but. And is adding to the conversation. It's acknowledging what the other person said and building on it. Using but just negates what the person said. Example, I didn't like what you did the other day. Yeah, but you were annoying. See? That's it. However, I didn't like what you did last time we saw each other. Yes, and I had my reasons. See how it leaves the conversation open? Anyway, I just started practicing that and it works great. You give it a try. Look at this big potato. Huh? He's my little urban pig. He's just sunbathing. Number 6, stop wishful thinking and start acting. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, blah, 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 blah. Talking never really produces anything else than sounds, and acting produces results. Listen, wishing for good things to happen to you is a very good thing and it's very healthy, but this wishing needs to turn into something palpable. You need to make plans about that wishing. Make goals, write it down with a time frame, make yourself accountable for your actions. So many people, they say they want to accomplish big things, they want to be rich, and yet this is what they do. See what I mean? It's very hard for me to stay at one spot for a long time. I think you noticed in my videos. Okay, I'm gonna try to stay. I'm staying here. I'm staying here and I'm talking to you. Number 7, be polite, be kind to people, open up, smile, look at them in the eyes when you walk past them down the street, even if they don't reciprocate. We're so caught up in our daily lives with our problems and everything that we barely take time to notice people around us anymore. Just small actions like saying thank you to the bus driver as you leave, opening the door for someone, holding the door for someone, helping somebody out with their grocery bag, or even a stroller. Take 2 minutes out of your time to help someone. Even if they don't want your help, at least you would have made the effort and you're gonna feel great about it. I truly believe you attract who you are in life and what you project into the world. And you never know by doing these little things who you will inspire to do the same to others. I have a good example of that. I used to go out to this restaurant. Every time I would go there, if there were like a couple of tables of elderly people, I would pay for them. But not telling them who I was and I would just leave. And the restaurant closed down. 5 years after, I saw the waiter that used to work there and he told me that what I'd done inspired him to do the same thing. I never thought I could actually inspire someone in that way by my action. And this made me feel very good about myself. Being happy is a state of mind. And the more you give happiness, the more you will receive it. Number 8, learn new things that you don't really like. What do I mean by that? I'm old enough to remember the first ATM that came out. And I will always remember, I saw this old man just in front of an ATM, so pissed off because he didn't like this new technology and he preferred speaking with someone. Myself, getting older, sometimes I kind of catch myself to be resistant to new technologies or to learn about a new thing. And it always takes me back to that old man. So I make a conscious decision every day to learn something about something I don't really like or I'm not particularly interested in. Some examples from the past year will be self-improvement, finance, and psychology. Turns out it's not that I didn't like them, it's just that I didn't know much about them, and once I got into it, I got super interested and, well, now I'm making videos. And it made me realize I'm much smarter than I thought I was. I have a problem. I can't stay at the same spot too long. It is what it is. Number 9. Stop checking your phone all the time. Try to stay in reality, especially when you're with people. I think it's a given that we're all hooked on that shit. And you know what? It is what it is. I'm fine with it. But I think we have to make the effort in some occasions to really leave the phone in our pockets. Like going to a live show. You've seen people in a live show trying to film the whole show on their phone. They're at a live show and they're looking to the live show through their phone to make sure it's perfectly framed. To me, it is just amazing. I understand you want memories, you want pictures. The problem is all those little notifications, all those social media, all those little pop-up that's gonna distract you even more. Have you noticed that whenever you pick up your phone to check one thing, you end up doing 5 other things? You're gonna check other messages, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. And people that say like they can double task and they can, oh yeah, I'm listening to you while they look at their phone. To me, this is just bullshit. But I think what it is we're so scared of missing out on something, a message that someone sent us or another event that we should attend. We're so scared of missing out that we end up missing out everything. Does that make sense? I think it does. Put the phone away. Stay in the present when you're with people. They will appreciate it and you as well. I'm pretty sure that if you start applying these little things in your daily life, you will start transforming yourself much quicker than you think. I know it works for me. Thank you so much for watching my video. This means the world to me. Like if you found any value, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. And the one thing that amazed me a lot is so many people are well, if you enjoyed that video, you might enjoy one of those as well. See ya.